I turned my basic rack into a multimodal AI powerhouse with just 2 changes. Hi everyone, I'm a product manager that has been passionate about all things AI since 2022, and I have been on a learning journey since then. I now have advanced education from MIT, and in my free time, I built a RAG agent from scratch. Well, an MVP of it. But the more I wanted to use my RAG agent on a day-to-day basis and actually get value out of it, the more I realized that it did not actually scale to serve the purpose that I needed it for. This served as a reminder that building the right thing gets you to market, but without continuous iteration for optimization, you'll get left behind as your competitors iterate and as your customer needs evolve. By applying a product development framework by Rapid Ops, I optimized my RAG agent to be a multimodal RAG. After I went from ideation all the way to MVP, then it was time to do iterative testing of my MVP. I subjected my RAG to my normal daily usage, and I realized that a large portion of the knowledge that I wanted to retrieve was in the form of images. This included presentations I have from events with helpful diagrams, including quotes that I have from books. I'm an avid reader, but I like reading physical books. So my knowledge from the books stays non-digital, and through images, I'm able to capture my favorite quotes. So in order to optimize my RAG agent to fit my needs, I needed to optimize it for optical character recognition, or OCR. And in order to do this, I had to go back to the drawing board, and I ended up making 2 changes. The first one is replacing the LLM embeddings that I was using, one optimal for OCR, and the second is running my RAG locally. To optimize for OCR, I needed to find an option that was compatible with my backend, which is in NAN, and I found Mistral AI. Mistral AI has an OCR model, and as you start going through their documentation, you can see right away that in combination with a RAG system, you can really have an intake of multimodal documents, which includes slides as well as complex PDFs. As you go through their examples, they do a great job at demonstrating the power of their OCR model. Then I updated my flow in NAN to call Mistral's AI OCR model, and we can see here that upon successful call of the API, it has recognized the images and it has extracted text from them successfully. As I was doing this, I noticed that my workflow was timing out as I was trying to upload my files to my vector database. And upon debugging and looking into it, I realized that my workflow wouldn't allow me to process files that were larger than 50 megabytes. So I went back to my images that I had them in groups, in PDFs, by topic, to actually upload each of them as JPEG on their own. And that allowed me to proceed. This really is a reminder on how your database that you want to feed into AI is all too important. Your data, data hygiene, data management, data governance truly is the foundation for successful AI. The second change that I did to optimize my RAG agent was running it locally. I realized that my backend provider and my front-end provider both offered the option to sync with GitHub, which allowed me to download the React app so that I can run it with a virtual machine locally at my place. I was able to successfully download my app. The download file came in the format of a Bun download file. Bun is a runtime toolkit for JavaScript and TypeScript, but I was able to successfully use that to upload it to VS Code. Then I proceeded to ask Claude, how do I run an app locally? As a product manager that is not programming every day and releasing code myself, I find it very helpful to have AI tools at our disposition to point me in the right direction. After these 2 changes, it's important to refer back to the product development framework. We can see that after we built the MVP, we tested the MVP based on feedback, we iterated, we made changes accordingly, just like I described. I went back to the drawing board. How do we make development changes? Then we proceed to launching the product. So launching is definitely not the finish line. As product managers, we are the voice of the customer. It is our duty to make sure that there's continuous improvement. It's not a set it and forget it when we launch products. We have to make sure that we continue testing, that we continue learning, and that we continue making our products better. Thank you for watching this video.